Yes guys, let's go on a bike ride. Samahan niyo ako. We're training for the Tour de France. Tara! Welcome to the program. You're watching Sean Bike. My name is Sean Santa Maria. So hey, malapit na ang Tour de France. Whenever June comes around, hinihintay na ng mga tao yan. And we're super excited. That's precisely the reason why I'm wearing my team's jersey. If you've been following the channel, you might know already that I am a Team Jumbo Visma fan. Yan, and I'm channeling my inner Primož Roglič. Hindi bagay, pero pagbigyan nyo na. And because Tour de France is just around the corner, I want to talk about something that's that's kind of we're gonna tackle a question that's been out there for a while now. And that's the question of why there aren't any Pinoys in the Grand Tours, specifically Tour de France. Pag sinabing Grand Tour, yan yung three biggest stages of professional cycling, in case hindi nyo pa alam. Ang Grand Tour, Grand Tours, La Vuelta a España, Giro de Italia, and of course, the biggest of them all, Tour de France. Walang Pinoy dyan to the best of my knowledge. Now, if you know of any Pinoy, because I might be mistaken, baka may Pinoy. If you know of any, let me know. Lagay niyo sa comments. Or if you happen to be a Filipino cyclist in the Grand Tour and you chanced upon this video kasi medyo controversial yung title, let me know and I apologize to you. Let me know. Pero as far as my knowledge is concerned, as far as what most know, wala nga. We have Corinne Rivera, who's a Pinay, who rides for the women's team ng Team Jumbo Visma, whom I adore deeply. Corinne Rivera, Pinay cyclist. So we have her. Sa men's division, alam ko wala. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the reasons kung bakit wala. You know what? The issue with the Philippines and Filipinos in general, no? When it comes to cycling, we don't have a deep cycling culture. Our cycling culture isn't rich. And I don't think we have a cycling culture to speak of. And sorry sa mga old heads na dating nagmo-Marlboro Tour, mga nag-Ronda Pilipinas. You guys exist, we acknowledge you. Pero hindi deep. Sana mas madami. And I think it's a result of a weak grassroots level cycling culture talaga. Hindi tayo cycling country eh. Lalo na compared to other European countries, where the culture is rich and there's a cycling infrastructure to speak of. May maayos na bike lane, may criterium, may velodrome, pinapalabas sa mga cycling races sa TV, it's all over the media, and they have their local heroes. Many things come into play when it comes to cycling culture, at mahina pa tayo with that. And because mahina cycling culture, kakaunti ang nagte-take up ng cycling as a sport ng pagkabata. It is my belief na to produce a champion talaga, na talagang world-class superstar rider, kailangan bata pa lang nagbabike na and exposed talaga to bike racing. Hindi pwedeng yung 3 years lang tumira sa Italy at nagbike as a teenager. Sa akin kulang yun eh. If you want to produce a homegrown Filipino champion, kailangan nasa dugo niya, nasa pagkatao niya ang cycling. And because of the weak culture and the weak infrastructure for cycling, wala tayo nun. Training and development are super critical, needless to say. Kailangan pa ba sabihin yon? And with the weak infrastructure nga and the lack of support and recognition from authorities, hindi dito nabubuhos yung money and attention and energy. Diba? Tignan mo yung mga countries, mga European countries that produce champions over and over. The Nordic countries, the Slavic countries, maski mga Latin American countries, mga Hispanic countries, malaki ang focus on cycling. And it's strange kasi yung mga countries na yon, like take Colombia, the US, Ecuador, Slovenia, Slovakia, Denmark. Ang mga number one sports sa mga bansa na yun, football. Pero they put value in cycling. No? Because kaya eh. There's a pool, there's a farm of good cyclists to produce. Now, could location be a problem? Diba? Kailangan ba natin ang malamig na climate? Andiyan naman ang Baguio. Walang snow dyan, but you know what I mean, altitude training pa rin yan. At pag ang Baguio malamig, malamig yan. Let's say kulang ang lamig doon. We can go to Taiwan, we can go to Japan to train. Or kung gusto talaga natin na legit, we can go to France or Italy or Spain. Dito pumapasok yung pera and funding. So we go back to the attention and support and energy that needs to be funneled to cycling. And it's just not a priority of the country because we're not a cycling country to begin with. Diba? The culture has to be deep first. It has to be enriched. The infrastructure has to be improved. Bike lane na lang. Diba? Hindi tayo bike friendly country pa eh. And we don't have the facilities nga. As I mentioned earlier. Let's now tackle another major reason kung ba't hindi tayo makaproduce ng Grand Tour rider. It's the lack of financial support and resources. And that's very obvious. In order to manage a team, so focus muna tayo sa team aspect. In order to manage a team and to field a team of riders sa international tours, you need massive financial support, and we can't get that. We're unable to attract major corporations. Yung financial backing is hard to come by. And I guess that's a result also of exposure. Dahil to begin with, wala naman tayong rider pa na sumisikat or team na sumisikat. Walang papansin sa atin. Diba? And fielding a team, it just entails massive amounts of money. No? And it comes with the expectation of winning. You have to be successful. And you have to have continued success in order to be continually backed by a company. Bumabalik ulit sa bakit walang exposure, kasi wala tayong ma-produce na superstar rider. Bakit walang ma-produce na superstar rider? We lack the facility and the training. Nagiging chicken and the egg ang usapan, di ba? But let's focus on the limited resources and financial backing. We can't get that until we produce a champion. Yun ang paniwala ko. If you think otherwise, hindi naman ako tama palagi dito sa vlog na to, no? I'd like to know your opinion. Kailangan ng pera. I think we can all agree on that. Saan tayo kukuha? Sino magtitiwala? When the resources are poured into other sports. Diba? Tingnan nyo yung pattern ng Pilipinas. Ang mga champions na napuproduce natin, walang team. Man, walang team. Puro individual sports tayo nag-excel. You can name the sports. Boxing. You have the Pacquiaos and the Nepomucenos, right? Heidelin Diaz, Carlos Yulo, sorry if I'm missing anyone, ano, pero individual sports tayo magaling. Pagdating sa team, hindi masyado. May patutunayan pa tayo. We love basketball, and all our resources, the funding, the fandom and the energy is poured into basketball. Hindi ako against doon because I love basketball. Maliliit tayo, marami nagtataka bakit daw basketball ang sport natin. Hayaan nyo kami. We're not gonna win, we're not gonna be world champions, but it's the sport that we love. Anyway, ang point ko dyan is doon nakatuon ang pera. And para magbuhos ng significant amount to cycling, na siguradong malaki dapat ang ibuhos, hindi siguro natin gagawin yon, hindi gagawin ng gobyerno yon, and no corporation will put their money on cycling just yet, no? So siguro maliban na lang kung meron talagang cycling fanatic na CEO, or you know, a major fan who has deep pockets who would sponsor a team. That's possible, but in the end, siguro nagpe-prevail yung business sense nila. There's nothing to gain from it because we're just not as strong yet. Is there hope? Kaya ba? So the question is, mangyayari ba yun? Can we produce a world-class Grand Tour rider ating Pilipinas? My answer is kaya, with the proper training and support and the right timing. Speaking of timing, hindi pa mangyayari yan anytime soon. It will take years. Itong issue naman na walang Grand Tour rider, hindi naman unique sa Philippines to eh. There are other countries also who are in the same situation, I guess, yung mga the poorer countries, no? Pero meron din mga first world countries na hindi rin makapag-field. Take Taiwan or Japan. There might be riders. There may have been riders in the last several years na nag-Grand Tour. And of course, we're oblivious to that. Hindi natin, so may Japanese, no, na from one of the major teams. May Taiwanese din. But you know what I mean? Hindi talaga nagiging superstar. At best, domestic sila, and they never become the main rider, and very short-lived ang mga career. So that's another aspect. Bakit walang Asian? Bakit walang black guy? Is it an issue of biomechanics? Is it an issue of genetics or racial, what do you call that? Yung the distinct racial features, like ang mga European ba? Mas malalaki ba yung mga baga nila? May mga ganun tanong eh. There's these crazy theories that go around. But the case in point, hindi tayo unique sa issue na to. And with enough training and experience and exposure, and it takes a lot, makakaproduce din tayo. But not just yet. I'd like to know your thoughts, guys, okay? I'm just a regular guy who loves to cycle, you know, and I believe I'm deep enough into the culture and into the sport to be able to form an intelligent opinion about things. But your opinion matters. I'd like to know what you think, especially kung cycling, if you're a professional cyclist lalo na sa Pilipinas. I'd like to know your thoughts. Also, the regular cyclists like me, mga daily riders, bakit kaya wala? I'd like to know your opinion. Ang daming ideas out there eh. And it would be a great conversation, I think. And you know what? Some of the best things, some of the best products in the world are conceived from conversations. And I think we're starting something dito, di ba? Hope we're starting something positive. So that's it. Sana nagustuhan ang discussion today. You guys always ride safe. This is the end of the video. God bless you all. See you next time.